They redistricted Congress after the 2000 census. Or we're in the process of redistricting, let me say that. Some of us worked pretty hard to keep Holmes County in the first congressional district. We thought that it would be best if the whole county was served by a congressional district. This time, Holmes County really didn't have a voice in the redistricting, and it sort of seemed that it was going to be, our county was going to be split. But I have really come to believe that that is the very best thing that could have happened. Because for at least the next 10 years, we're going to be represented by two outstanding congressmen. I think that's going to be a real bonus for us being a small county. So I am very, very pleased to introduce to you the congressman from the 2nd Congressional District that will represent the eastern part of Holmes County. He is an outstanding person. I've gotten to know him in the last few months, and I want to tell you that I'm very, very impressed that every time I've seen him, everything that I've heard about him, he is what you see, and I think you'll be very, very pleased. So I'm really proud that he's here today to talk to you about what's going on in Congress and what he observed and what he's doing. So let's give him a real big welcome, Congressman Steve Southerland.
What a great privilege to be with you. Bob, thank you for your kind remarks. I want to say being at Kiwanis is wonderful. I don't have as much time to be active in my home club. I've been a member of the downtown Kiwanis Club in Panama City. It's the only, as I don't have to tell you, the only club that has an emphasis with a spiritual element to it, and so I always have enjoyed my activities with the downtown Kiwanis Club of Panama City. So with a spiritual emphasis, you do great work. A lot of people benefit, especially children, from your efforts. So thank you very much. I'm as Bob mentioned, through the redistricting, we will, for the 2nd Congressional District, will come over and take up the east side of Holmes County, as well as all of Washington County. So it's going to be new areas for us, and we are spending a lot of time coming in and meeting people. And many of you I had the privilege of meeting, I know a few weeks ago, out at the Republican Executive Committee dinner that we had. Man, you guys that were there were responsible for that. You just do a great job. What a great night. Huge turnout. Much bigger than I see in some of the other counties that we go into. It was just a great night to be with Congressman Jeff Miller, my colleague, my dear friend now, as well as Representative Marty Coley and Senator Don Gates. I think that our area is represented very well, both on a state level as well as on a federal level. And the thing that I am proud to really know about those that I serve with is we have some common values. The spectrum through which we look at life is very similar. We are equally yoked, as Scripture would say. We understand the importance of faith and family and service to fellow man. Everything that, and many of you who were at that event that I alluded to, you may hear some of my sentiments again because it's who I am. So having an opportunity to come here and to be able to share with you a little bit about me, and also, which I think is important, what I believe in, why I believe what I believe. I think if you understand that about me, you're going to have a good idea. If I'm fortunate enough to have your trust to go and represent you in the people's house, I think you're going to have a good idea of how I'm going to come down on the many various issues that we have to oversee as a member of Congress. You don't want to have to guess how your representative is going to serve you. Early on, we made the decision that I want to be known as a representative. I am a congressman, I get that, but I'm of the opinion that when you use the word congressman, it seems to be more about you than it is the people that you're serving. So we do not even use that in our own office. Our staff refers to me as representative. I have representative on my business cards. I have representative on my letterhead. On all of our signage, it says Representative Steve Southerland. And I do that for a specific reason. I do that because I want to make sure that our original goal to go to Washington, D.C. And serve others is going to consistently be the theme of our office. And then it's not about me. And it is not about me. I aspire to the purest form of leadership, which is servant leadership. You lead people through your ability to serve them. It requires you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, man, that guy I'm looking at in the mirror is a human being. He can fall prey to all the temptations. He is very unworthy, if you would, to have the blessings of the good Lord. And so we put things in place to make sure that I have accountability in my life. I get my own coffee. I don't want people getting my coffee. I get my own coffee. I pick up my own dry cleaners. I just, at the end of the week, after a week in Washington, D.C., I get on the first plane available out of Reagan and I fly back to the South. I'm partial. I think this is the Holy Land, and I'm coming south. So it's hard to find sweet tea and boiled peanuts up in Washington, D.C. And so about this time of year, I start itching for bow season. So it's I've got to get out of there. But I do think that I travel, and my family will never move to Washington, D.C. Because that's not where our home is. So we have, Susan and I, my wife, and many of you heard me allude to Susan earlier. Susan and I started in first grade together. We have been a part of each other's life for as long as we can remember. Our families attended church together. We went to school together, elementary school, middle school, high school, dated through college. And she is my best friend. She is the one who God wanted me to do life with. And as a result of that friendship, and our commitment to one another, we are blessed to have Samantha and Stephanie and Allie and Abby, 4 daughters. So yes, I live in a home with 5 women. So when we ran and we won, the thought of being
No wonder you don't mind staying a week.
was just kind of a neat thought for me, because it's certainly not applicable to my home. But I will say this: we designed serving in Congress to be inconvenient. Because when it becomes convenient, when you rely upon the title of congressman, when you allow other people to serve you, get your coffee, go get your dry cleaning, go get your car, those are the things that suck you in and are very dangerous, because you start to believe that you're somebody. And what I am is a servant to those that I represent. So at the end of the week, at the beginning of the week, Monday morning, I'll get on a plane in Panama City and I'll fly through Atlanta, Hartsfield Airport, and I will go to Washington. And at the end of the week, I will do all of that in reverse. Each and every week, I travel through the Atlanta, Hartsfield Airport. Certainly, no one who has ever been through that airport would describe it as convenient. You always land at gate 43 in Concourse E, and your connecting flight is always in gate 1 of Concourse A, and you always have about 20 minutes to get there. So it's inconvenient. But we believe, Susan and I, we believe that as long as this incredible privilege that I have to represent 740,000 people, that as long as it is inconvenient, we will be doing what we're doing for all the right reasons.